Hi, how's it going, sports fans? This is Tom Burkart in the 2015 Toyota Camry XSE V6. So the XSE is a new trim level for 2015. The SE continues, but it is available for the first time with a hybrid drivetrain. So that brings like all the cool exterior style, you know, the big dark finished wheels with a polished surface and the gloss black elements of the front grille. The honeycomb, so that's really nice to have available on both the hybrid and the 4-cylinder Camry, as well as the V6 Camry can come in the SE, whereas the XSE is really the top dog, and that's a V6 only model. So that's sort of gives a little bit of extra cachet to the top of the Camry line. So we've been driving it on the paddles right now, and with the shifter in sport mode. And you can drive on the paddles even with it right in drive, but in sport mode it seems significantly more responsive. So just doing a little quick driving in this like industrial park here, and I've been really impressed with the Camry XSE. I mean, it's really fun. I liked the LE and the XLE as well, but they're just, you know, those are much more sort of comfortable and cruiser type models, whereas the XSE has pretty firm steering and firmer damping. It drives well. It's got a lot more grip in terms of these really strong brakes, and it's overall just a lot sportier, but doesn't make too many compromises. I mean, you're still getting the same Camry value proposition that you would have in any model. And all that's really enhanced for 2015. They've held the line in a lot of prices, but enhanced the equipment in terms of the infotainment dramatically. The infotainment is much improved. Everything is easier to use, bigger screens. You've got swipeable controls in the touchscreen now. Particularly with we've got the N-Tune upgrade with navigation and the JBL system on this XSE car, and that's an $800 option. That's really worth it. It has 8 speakers and is the stereo, they think, is so good in even the base Camry, because the 2015 model is so much more refined, that now the JBL system that's in here is like, you know, it's at least twice as good as it was before, is the rumor on the street. So all that really comes down to better chassis refinement, better rigidity, and less noise, vibration, and harshness. So those are all good things, because when you're not, you know, driving with your foot on the floor like this, you know, you do want it to revert back to, you know, regular like comfort mode pretty easily, which of course this Camry does really naturally and easily. So those are huge benefits. In terms of miles per gallon, we have a 6-speed automatic still, and the carryover 3.5 liter V6. So it's not dramatic, you know, it's still about it's 21, 31, 25. So those are respectable stats. But, you know, with the carryover powertrain, you can't be expecting too much else. So why did Toyota do that? You know, why didn't they go like the Turbo 4 route, the way that some other, you know, like the Hyundai Sonata 2.0T Sport and the Ford Fusion and things like that? Why did they keep the V6? And the answer really comes down to the benefits that a turbocharged engine would offer versus the cost. So it might be quicker, and it might deliver better fuel economy in the EPA stats, but in terms of real world mileage, Toyota really found that there wasn't much of an enhancement when you went to the turbocharged engine, which I can definitely vouch for as someone who drives a turbocharged Subaru as a daily driver. If your foot is on the throttle, I mean, the thing is like drinking gasoline. It really, those turbos are very good on light throttle applications, which sort of like is tailored to the EPA cycle. But really get thirsty when you start to give them some gas. So the other reason they didn't want to make the change is that you know, it would add like relatively needless complexity and might lessen the overall, you know, reliability and quality and durability reputation that the Camry has. So these are really tried and true powertrains. And then the third thing is that buyers really like, you know, they like the V6, and you know, who could blame them? This thing is fast, and it's torquey. It sounds good, very smooth. I mean, it's hard to see how upgrading to a turbo would really bring the same benefits as a big classic V6 like this. So the XSE Camry is definitely a fun one. I think it's worth a drive. It's about 2 seconds faster than the 8.0 seconds SE with the 4-cylinder, and about 1.5 seconds faster than the SE with the 2.5 liter hybrid system. So that's what comes in at about like 7.5 seconds. So this thing you're looking at like 5.9 to 6.0, and you're gonna love it. It's really, really fun. So all right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks.